In the deep, undulating canvas of the azure ocean, a creature of grace and might was about to embark on an unintentional journey of self-discovery. The protagonist, a formidable shark named Magnus, was taken out of his wild home and placed into a vast glass tank by a curious marine biologist, Dr. Lorna Hayes. As the twisted symphony of fate would have it, Magnus' world was about to be turned topsy-turvy. On that fated day, Dr. Hayes, with a clipboard in hand and curiosity glinting in her eyes, released a dozen small, vibrant tropical fish into the tank. To Magnus, it was like Christmas come early. In an explosion of raw power, he lunged at the shimmering bait, annihilating every last one of them. His ferocity painted the water with chaos, and he reveled in his dominance. However, Dr. Hayes was not done with her experiment. Like the omnipotent conductor she was, she inserted a transparent glass partition, splitting the tank into two distinct worlds. One half was a sanctuary for the newly introduced small fish, while Magnus dominated the other half. Not one to be deterred, Magnus charged at the fish, only to be met with an unyielding, invisible force. Baffled but unrelenting, he pummeled the glass barrier repeatedly, creating a calamitous spectacle. Hours wore on, and Magnus' energy ebbed like the tide during a waning moon. Defeat tasted foreign to him, yet here he was, thwarted by an unseen foe. In the days to follow, Dr. Hayes repeated this cruel ballet of hope and despair. Each attempt saw Magnus' majestic power waning, replaced by a growing sense of learned helplessness. The once fervent king of the ocean now floated listlessly, his spirit shackled by an invisible chain of self-doubt. The day arrived when removing the glass barrier became an afterthought in Dr. Hayes' mind. She expected Magnus to attack as he once had, to reclaim his glory. But no, Magnus merely stared, his fervor extinguished. The small fish swam, unperturbed, oblivious to the change. Dr. Hayes, in her epiphany, realized that Magnus was no longer merely confined by the tangible. He was a prisoner of his own newfound beliefs.